r/EntitledParents. 2. Kid sexually harasses my little sister. Entitled mother, he's just a kid. XL. Needless to say, the area I lived in when I was younger had no shortage of entitled people to go with it. Now I'm not saying it's filled to the brim with these types of people, but you'd be surprised if you didn't encounter one if you were over there. This story took place when I, 21 male, was around 16. I have a younger stepsister, who I'll just refer to as my sister since we're as close as blood siblings. She was around 9 when this happened, she's 14 now. This happened while my mother and stepfather, who I'll just refer to as my dad since again, close as real father and son, were visiting some distant relatives, and me and my sister, I'll just call her Mel for the sake of simplicity, were staying with my grandpa, mom's dad, during that time. So, school was over for the day, so I went to go pick up Mel. Grandpa called and told me he's not home, since he was over helping a friend build a playhouse, if that's what you call it, for their grandkid. I told him not to worry, and asked if I could take Mel to the mall, and that we could meet up there since his friend didn't live too far from there. He said sure, and just told me to be careful. So I took Mel there, and we had a lot of fun. We went to a bunch of places, gaming stores, toy shops, ice cream, etc. Eventually, Mel decided that she wanted to go play at the in-mall playground. So I took her there, and told her to have fun, and that if she needed me or anything to just shout my name, or my nickname, I guess. If you didn't know, I have a nickname everyone refers to me by. Cross. Still use it to this day in fact. She nodded and went off to play with the other kids. I went over to a nearby bench and sat down and started playing on my phone. I made sure to constantly glance over at Mel just to make sure she's okay, and that she didn't get hurt or anything. At one point, I was approached by someone. Cross, is that you? I turned over and to my surprise, it was one of my best friends from high school, Zoe. She sat down next to me and asked how everything was going. I told her everything was good, I was just taking my sister out to the mall. She giggled and said that was really sweet of me, and that I'm a really good big brother. We kept talking for a bit, about how life was going, school, family, all that, until at one point I heard an ear-piercing screech. Cross. I immediately turned over, and saw this kid, who looked like he was 11 or something, I don't know, with one of his arms around my sister and the other shoved up her fucking shirt. I suppose that caused my overprotective brother mode to activate, or whatever you call it, because I rushed over there with Zoe following behind, and I immediately wrestled my sister away from that little shit. He got pissed and tried to grab for my sister but I swatted his hand away. Keep in mind, I didn't even really hit this kid, I just motioned my hand for him to go away, if that makes sense. This didn't sit well with creepy kid, let's call him CK, and he placed himself on the ground, like literally, he didn't fall over or anything, he quite literally sat and lay back on the ground, and started kicking his legs up in the air and crying and screaming. Meanwhile, me and Zoe are trying to calm my sobbing sister. Well, it's as if the CK's scream was some sort of forbidden incantation, because his entitled mombi showed up looking like she was about to rip someone's face off. Who the fuck made my baby cry? Jesus Christ. If looks could kill, this woman would be in jail for mass murder. CK, it was them, mommy. They're taking my girlfriend from me. She spun her head to look at me, and then stomped over. You. What the hell did you do to my kid? Me. Good question. Let me get back to you on that. I really just wanted to comfort my sister. I couldn't be asked to deal with this crazy lady. Don't ignore me you little crap. You did something to my baby. What did you do? I just rolled my eyes. Clearly, confrontation with this woman is inevitable. Me. Saving my sister. Is that a crime? He was just playing. What the fuck is wrong with you? Zoe, sexual harassment qualifies as playing? Sexual harassment. Don't exaggerate. He's just a kid. He wasn't sexually harassing anyone. Me, he had his hand under my sister's shirt. What the fuck did you teach this kid? EM. How dare you? Are you telling me how to parent my child? Me. No, but I think someone should, since you clearly aren't really good at it. That sent her into a rage and she started shouting obscenities and other unintelligible nonsense. During this whole shit show, one of the adults in the play area must have called security because they came over here, eventually. Security. Okay, everyone just calm down now. What happened here? Me. Well, you see. Obviously, Mombi cuts me off. EM. This little crap hit my child and then swore at me. Then he tried to grab my butt. Jesus Christ. Her kid being a little creep was already bad enough. Security. Son, is this true? Me. No. Her kid stuck his hand under my sister's shirt. I was trying to protect her. Zoe, I can vouch for that. He didn't lay a hand on her or her kid. EM. Fucking little liars. Your parents must have done a shit job of raising you, if you're gonna lie to a security guard. I wish I had said this to her, but at least my parents didn't raise me to sexually harass people. Security. Mom, please calm down. EM. Calm down. He tried to hit my child. He tried to grab my butt. Aren't you listening? Me. I did not. Ask everyone around here. They saw the whole thing happen, and I'm pretty sure the story wouldn't include me grabbing anyone's butt. Sure enough, the people who saw the ordeal confirmed my story, and even mentioned how the entitled mom screamed and shouted at me. Security. Okay, miss. Everyone is saying that you initiated this whole situation, not to mention your kid was doing something that qualifies as sexual harassment. You got an explanation for this? EM. Lies. They attacked me. They attacked my child. Security. Then why is everyone here saying otherwise? EM. They are just lying to get me in trouble. Me. Why would they do that? EM obviously couldn't come up with a good reason. So we just ignored her, and went to comfort Mill again, with EM shouting that she won't leave until she gets an apology. Around this time is when my grandpa called and told he's outside the entrance to the mall, which is where the playground is. I told him I was near the playground and to come immediately, because something bad is going down. He hung up the phone and entered the mall. I noticed him and waved him over. Keep in mind, my grandpa does not take any shit from anyone. He's a real tough dude, and won't stand for any family getting hurt. When he got over, he asked what happened. Grandpa, cross, what happened? Me, well, you see this crazy. The EM, probably noticing my grandpa, thinking he was like my dad or something probably, came over. EM, is this little shit your son? I'll have you know that he. Grandpa, don't talk about my grandson like that. That got EM to shut up pretty fast. Grandpa asked me what happened, and I basically brought him up to speed on the whole shebang. That got him pretty riled up, as he thinks of Mel like his granddaughter too. Grandpa, so, do you often let your kid feel up little girls? EM, my kid did nothing of that sort. Security, the poor soul, trying to defuse the entire situation. Can we all just calm down? Look, we can just look at the security cameras, which admittedly I should have done at first, and if it shows that your kid really did do that stuff, you'll be asked to leave. EM, my boy did nothing wrong. Zoe, he sexually harassed a little girl. EM, oh, stop with this sexual harassment bullshit. He's a kid. He didn't know any better. Grandpa, and that's why it's your job to make sure he does know better, but it seems you failed in that regard. That incited more screaming, to which the security guard told her to shut up or he'll throw her out without looking at the footage. That seemed to do the trick, so he went to view the security tapes. When he checked them, lo and behold, my story is corroborated. EM didn't like that, I'm afraid. EM, this isn't fair. I demand he apologize for hitting my son, and for trying to grab my butt. Zoe, why would Cross want to grab your butt? I'm pretty sure he has better taste in women than you. She called Zoe a bitch, and said that she's so beautiful, she wouldn't be surprised if anyone tried to grab her butt. What the fuck? Security, okay, that's it. We've already seen that your story is bogus, So either you leave or we'll have the police haul your ass out for disturbance of the peace and harassment. EM stamped her feet, but left as she was told, but shouting that she'll never come back, like anyone cares, lol. After that whole ordeal, we left, dropped Zoe off on the way back, and went home. My grandpa said he was sorry for not showing up sooner. I told him it wasn't his fault. We ordered a pizza and then just sat down and watched a movie on Netflix. My sister was a bit weary around boys after that, but she eventually got over it, and now it's just a funny memory we like to laugh at. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my first Entitled Parents story on here, and I may have more to share, so look out for those, I guess. Peace. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you liked the video, and subscribe if you want to see more like it. Comment below if you know any subreddits that you would like featured on the channel. See you in the next video, fellow roamer.